Before we get into today's video, guys, I gotta remind you of my little Yoshi Amiibo contest. This Yoshi right here that came with Yoshi's Woolly World, this little yarn Yoshi here, it is still in its box. It is still pristine, guys, and it is still up for grabs. So make sure you follow the 3 rules and go to my original Yoshi's Woolly World unboxing video to make sure that you can get your chance to win this little guy here. So, remember to follow the rules, and let's get right into today's video. What is up, everybody? John Blake 101 here again, and I'm back with another video. Today, I'm here to give y'all my impressions on Yoshi's Woolly World for the Nintendo Wii U console. Today, I'm going to give you what I liked, what I didn't like, and some other thoughts. So, let's jump right into it. So, I don't think I really need to worry about spoiling the story here. It is a Nintendo game, and it's Yoshi, so I don't think I need to really, there's not really any shocking moments here. So, I haven't, completed the whole game completely yet. This is just my first impression. I've had the game for about a day now. I played it most of today, just to get, the gist of what's going on. So the first little cutscene just starts off with Kamek, one of Bowser's minions from the Mario games. He comes and he takes Yoshi's friends, kind of like kills them almost, like turns them into little like bits of yarn. This is a whole yarn world. It doesn't really explain why it's yarn, unlike in Kirby's Epic Yarn, where it had like a creature or guy from some other dimension came and turned the whole Kirby world into a yarn place. But there's no explanation why this world is yarn. It just says it's yarn world, and the Yoshis are chilling, and someone goes and takes Yoshi's friend. So you gotta go save him. So you start off in World 1, and this is where you get into the real gameplay. The gameplay I found was really interesting. I never had any previous really background in Yoshi games. I do have Yoshi's Island, the original Yoshi's Island, on the 3DS, but I have not played it. I got it through the US 3DS Ambassador Program. I have not, as of today of this recording, played that game. So this is my real first mainstream Yoshi kind of game. So you jump in. I'm still used to playing Mario, and I also played Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. So I kind of had the whole no run button thing, because if you haven't played Donkey Kong Country, there's no run button in that game. You just hit the control stick and you just go. So I got used to that pretty fast. Egg throwing. I've never done that before, but it's pretty easy to get the gist of it. The game is not very difficult, at least for the first world so far. It's not a very hard game to understand. You get down, you'll get it down pretty fast if you played it. So one thing I didn't really like about the gameplay, or the first thing is that sometimes, I'm not even sure, this might be just me, but sometimes when I hit the right on the control stick, actually not even playing with the controls, for some reason I just like using analog stick. Whatever, I kick this to the right, and sometimes the Pro controller can it'll click left and Yoshi will turn around. I'm getting ready to spit my tongue out this way, and I'll turn this way because the controls take the other way. That's mostly how I play it, but you probably won't run into that if you use the D-pad. That's just my personal gripe. But not really a big hit on the game itself. The game is graphically, the game is really good. The yarn is pretty cool looking. The whole world is really creatively designed, where you have yarn, like yarn seas and yarn mountains, and also water could be trickling down a mountain, and it'll be made of yarn. You can see the little yarn strands, little yarn strands off of Yoshi when he's running around. All that stuff is pretty cool. The game is made for I'll get to this point later. The game is made for younger kids to get into the Yoshi franchise, and for the more seasoned platform. You don't even have to be a big Yoshi platformer to get a hang of this game. I got used to it just because it follows basic platforming, things you come to expect in any platform you play. It's all there. So if you play Mario, you play Donkey Kong or Crash Bandicoot or any other platformer, except maybe not Crash because that's 3D, but you get the idea. If you play New Super Mario Bros. U, you probably will get a pretty good idea on how to play this game. But this game is essentially, like I said, gameplay. If you just play through every level, it'll probably end in about 2-3 minutes tops. But if you are, for the more seasoned players and who are more better at experts at platforming, it is more of a collectathon. You can get these little yarn strands that contain your friends, and if you collect them all on that level, you will get your one of your friends, Yoshi's back. After you beat the level, you have the flowers, the original flowers from original Yoshi's Island, a staple in the franchise, and then you have little stamp, stamp gems, because they still do the whole beads and gem thing from Kirby's Epic Yarn, so that's back now, but it's pretty much like the little stamp ones. They're pretty much like red coins from the original game, as they function almost exactly the same. So after you get the stamp, after the level, I think you get one little stamp you can use on Miiverse. I'm not a very big Miiverse user anymore. I was when I first got my Wii U, but right now I'm not like a huge Amiiverse user. Mostly because of the community. They're not really willing to criticize Nintendo. Sometimes they can be a little bit too fanboyish, I guess you could say. But one thing I do not like about this game is that it has no lives. Just like Kirby's Epic Yarn, it has no live system, which I find is kind of takes away the challenge, really. I know that, it makes the game harder. Why would you want the game to be harder? Well, challenge, because I don't want to just breeze through a game. I want to have a harder time, when you have a frustrating level. This is a sense of, urgency and punishment. Now, I don't really have that sense of tension through the live system. Like, I'm not worried about, will I have to start over again? No. You'll start off at the right checkpoint. Unlimited time as long as you have the temperament. So, but one thing that you will lose is all your collectibles up to that checkpoint. So, if you died and you had a star before you got to the next checkpoint, you'll lose that star and you have to find that stuff again. So that's one thing that's a little bit of a punishment, but not huge or anything. You can always just still find them just as easily as you did before. So, like I said, when the collectibles are more for the seasoned platformer players, when you're looking for something to make your level a little longer, it can go from 2 to 3 minutes if you're just breezing through the level to like maybe 5 to 10, or even somewhere in that range, depending on how long the level actually is. But it can get pretty interesting how they put stuff. Like if you played New Super Mario Bros. U, kind of like the star coins, except there's like 3 different types of them. 3 different types of like stars. Like imagine collecting the star coins 3 individual times. So you're pretty much, if you get all the collectibles in each level, you're 300%ing that level. So if you want to do that, that's fine. But if you just want to breeze through it, then that's fine. The game is still fun either way. I find more joy in collecting. I'm more of a completionist, so I like to 100% each level. So it takes me a little longer to finish them because some of the stuff is pretty creatively hidden, and that may get past some of the younger players depending on what their skill is in platformers. But it's a really good game. I can't really. My main gripe is it's not difficult enough to the point. Right now, in the point of the game, it gets too difficult. But when you do get to the special levels, when you collect when you 300% every level in a specific world, you'll get a special level, and those are entirely different in terms of difficulty. Now, once again, the whole thing applies. If you're trying to get all the collectibles, then it is hard. If you just want to breeze through it, you can breeze through it. It's not that hard. But if you're like me and you want to collect stuff, you will have a harder time with these levels because the game, I think, assumes that you've already played through it and you know all the, the jits of everything. Like you've already gone through all the challenges. And now you're ready to play the special set. That's not the case for me. I 300%ed the first world, and it was a completely different tone shift. Like when you're playing those special states. So be warned if you are unaware. So yeah, what else does I have a little bit of an issue with? That's really about it. Not really difficult enough, and if it jumps in difficulty if you're trying to collect stuff, especially on the special worlds. Like the special worlds, I think with a little bit it was just boom. Here we go. That's pretty much the gist of it. So that's my first impressions on Yoshi Woolly World, guys. This is John Blade 101, everybody. And I bid y'all good day. And remember, my Yoshi contest is still in order until next Friday, the October the 23rd, I believe. That's when it ends, guys. So make sure that you get your comments in on my unboxing and giveaway video. All right, guys?
Fantastic.
I bid y'all good day.